primary ignition.
Welcome to Unlimited Power. My name is D-Rod, and thank you so much for watching one of my pre-release guides for Star Wars Unlimited's newest set, Legends of the Force. Now, in this guide, we're going to be focusing on the leader and their unique ability and commons and uncommons found within the set that work well with this leader. Yes, there's probably a rare or legendary or two that also pair well with your leader, but because you're limited on the amount of packs that you're opening, we're going to be focusing on the cards that you're going to have more access to within your card pool. And don't forget to enter my Guess the Showcase giveaway that we're going to be running, where you can win a custom merch bundle that includes dice, tokens, and token holders. All you have to do is guess which showcase leader I'm going to pull from the Carbonite case live on July 5th on stream. There's a link in the description below with more details on how you can sign up. Because we're likely to pull more than one type of showcase, there can be multiple winners. With that said, let's go ahead and look at this Legends of the Force leader. Another Star Wars video game character is joining Star Wars Unlimited, and this one is Cal Kestis. Cal Kestis is a cunning, heroic leader who has the action to exhaust himself and use the Force to have an opponent exhaust a ready unit they control. As an epic action, if you control 4 or more resources, you can deploy Cal, which means you can do this as early as turn 3. And when they're deployed, they are a 3/4 unit that says on attack, an opponent chooses a ready unit they control and exhaust it. So Cal has a very unique ability to give your opponent the choice of what unit to exhaust. Early on, they may only have one, so this can prevent the damage that's going to hit you the first 2 turns. But after that, your opponent's going to usually choose the weakest unit they have to exhaust, and they're also going to try to attack early on with their strongest unit. So how can you use Cal to your advantage? Is it worth bringing him out early? That really depends on the battlefield in front of you. But let's take a look at some of the cards and their abilities that will work well with a leader like Cal Kestis. Because Cal needs to have the Force in order to use his ability as a leader, you may look at cards that can create the Force for you, like the Youngling Padawan. This Padawan says when you play it, it creates the Force, so you don't have to attack to get the trigger. Attacking a lot of times can slow you down because you have to play the unit, wait till the next phase, then attack, then you have the Force token. Padawan skips a lot of those steps and allows you to use Cal a little bit early. Other abilities you should look for are ones that will reward you for your opponent having exhausted units, like the Stinger Mantis. The Stinger Mantis says when played, you may deal 2 damage to an exhausted unit. So these type of abilities may have your opponent think a little bit harder on what they want to exhaust when they know you have cards like this in your hand. Then you have a card like the Jedi Temple Guard. We mentioned earlier that some of these bases require you to attack with a Force unit to get a Force token. The Jedi Temple Guard has the ambush ability. So this means when you play it, as long as your opponent has a unit on their side of the board, you can attack that unit directly in the same arena. Jedi Temple Guard will be played, trigger its ambush ability, create the Force token with the base ability, hit your opponent's unit, get the restore ability as well, and then you can use Cal's ability in your next action. Now, these are some different card abilities you should be looking for within your sealed pool, but let's go and start looking at these cards by aspects. 2 cards I want to look at is BD1 and the Lifewind Sage. BD1 is the companion droid of Cal, and they are a 1-cost unit with 1/3. They have the new hidden mechanic, which says this unit cannot be attacked if it was played this phase. And it also says, when played, choose another friendly unit. While this unit is in play, the chosen unit gets +1/+0 and gains Saboteur. So you can essentially strengthen your units on board. Saboteur means you can attack past Sentinel units, or you can attack a unit with shields and defeats all the shields on it. I love BD1 gives you a couple of options, and it's a very low cost card, which is important with an aggressive strategy, especially because Cal is an aggressive leader with how early they deploy. Lifewind Sage is a great common, and if you get Cal, I hope that you have a few of these. It's a 4-cost 3/5 unit that says while an enemy unit is exhausted, it gets raid 2. So that means it's a 4-cost unit that attacks for 5 as long as something is exhausted. In the aggression aspect, Ki-Adi-Mundi is going to be important for you because they're a 4-cost 4/4 that says when played, you may use the Force and draw 2 cards. Cal Kestis comes out as early as turn 3. So after that, Cal attacks does not need to use the force token now to exhaust your opponent's units. A great card to now use the force with is Ki-Adi-Mundi, just to draw you 2 more cards and keep your aggressive strategy going on the same turn you deployed your leader. It's a great strategy, and I love the flavor text on them of "we must push on," and that's exactly what you're doing when you play this card early and draw 2 cards. Ataru Onslaught is a great event with Cal Kestis, and it says ready a force unit with 4 or less power. Cal Kestis is a unit with 4 or less power, so being able to attack with your leader again and exhaust another unit is something your opponent probably wasn't thinking about. In the command aspect, I enjoy cards like Maz Kanata, who have a win and plate effect that allow you to attack with another force unit. That unit does get +2 attacking power, but it's really all about Maz having you attack and put another unit on board. You play Maz, you pick Cal, Cal swings, you exhaust a unit, and now you have another unit in play. Super helpful. Gungi is a great 2-cost force unit. You need low-cost units if you're going to get those force tokens early and keep putting the pressure on your opponent. Gungi is unique, but he's one of the few 2-cost units with a force in the command aspect. In the vigilance aspect, I like cards like Owen Lars. He's a 0/3 fringe with Restore 2. Restore means you're going to heal your base by whatever the value is when you attack, and he has a when defeated ability to search the top 5 cards of your deck for a force unit, reveal it, and draw it. Owen's going to help you get essentially more cards in your hand. You have an aggressive strategy. He doesn't do any damage back, but he will slow your opponent down if they decide to attack him. But more than likely, if you can play Owen early, you're exhausting your opponent with other abilities. Owen's probably going to get you 2 to 3 cards into your hand if you can play him on turn 1. A Night Sister Warrior is a 2-cost 2/2 that just says when defeated, draw a card. Low-cost unit. They have the force trait, and you're rewarded when they die. Not bad. And again, aggressive strategies are going to be the key here with Cal. In the hero aspect, we have the Jedi Vector, a staple for the Jedi Heroic player at their pre-release, because it gets +1/+0 if you have a Jedi, and +1/+0 if you have a lightsaber. So it becomes immediately a 2-cost 3/3 when you put it into play and have those other 2 cards out. Gungan Warrior is a 3-cost 3/2 shielded unit with Restore 1. It's not a force unit, it's not a Jedi, but he can get the job done. For non-aspects, I like cards like Last Words that say if a friendly unit was defeated this phase, give 2 experience tokens to a unit. You're playing an aggressive strategy. Your opponent's going to have to take out some of these units early that are giving them problems. Use that to your advantage. Let your small unit die, throw 2 experience tokens on Cal, make him more of a threat, and keep on pushing. Gifted Urchin is another 2-drop. That is a 1/4 unit with the Force. This card, again, is just going to help you get those Force tokens with the new Force bases. So what do you think of Cal Kestis? Did you play him in your pre-release? And if you did, which aspects did you choose to go with him? I think Cal has a lot of potential here, especially in sealed events, in premier events. But let's see how well he can do in sealed. Thanks so much for watching this video. Good luck at your local pre-release, and may the Force be with you.